Hey guys, this is Adam. Welcome to my second attempt on defeating Arawn. Um, this is of Dreams and Shadows, and I've got it set up with Celine, Nora, Hadrian, and Anton. Those are the four characters I'm going to be playing with. I got the board set up already and everything, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. And yeah, I am playing against Arawn. Alright, so Nora has the highest initiative, and we are going with her first. The first game was really close. I don't know if I did everything perfectly, but it was a close game. I lost, and I'm hoping to beat it this time. So let's see how this goes. Alright, so we know these are good. Helps us attack R1. In Act 2. Alright, so Nora, we're going to have you do... Let's see, so this enemy is going to be moving 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2. This enemy is going to be moving this way. I think I want Nora to end up here. She can attack that enemy. And this one is going to be moving... Where is the closest capital? Here. We don't want enemies getting to the capitals because heroes lose willpower if they do. So she has 3 actions. She's going to go 1, 2, and so she'll be able to pick up that, at least potentially, if she doesn't retreat. Do I want to do anything else with her? No, that's it. She's just gonna move there. Now it's Celine's turn, and Celine... Let's see, what's her special? Alright. I think maybe she's going to start moving this way. I kind of want my guys spread out, but then it's also nice when they can help in battle. This is the beginning. So, what's the best thing she can do? Alright, she's gonna go 1, 2. And then with her third action, she is going to look at the top 2 cards. We got Monsters in the Dark. Place 1 foe aligned to the dragon on any wild space with a champion. Creeping Shadows. Place shadow tokens equal to half the number of champions on the map. I do not want Creeping Shadows. I'm going to do Monsters in the Dark on any wild space with a champion. So I'm going to just try and not end up on any wild space. So this is going to go on the top. This is going to go on the bottom. And then, so 1, 2, 3, that's her turn. And at the moment, I'm not on any wild space. I'm on Hollow and Capital, and also Realm. So, let's see. So Anton. So now Hadrian. And Hadrian, he could go and attack. Now, another thing I want to do is get these off. But that also costs the action. So he could go 1, 2, 3 and take this off, which would be nice. But then I was thinking I might bring him here, and so when this enemy moves, 2 there, they could attack, but that's actually not till turn 2, I believe. So actually, Nora, I was thinking this enemy would move before combat, but combat happens after the actions. So, but Nora's going to stay here because I want this token. And Hadrian is going to go 1, 2, so he can be here to attack this. And he's going to go 3 with his third action and take this. Shadow token off. Now it is Anton's turn, and Anton is on Hollows. So what do I want to do with him? For all tests on Hollow space, roll an extra die. His special, while on a Hollow space test, awareness against a score of 7 to acquire 1 relic card from the hand. Okay, so against the score of 7, he has awareness 3, so I'd need a 4. I could or I could get the spirit touched for him if I got that. Or you could try and get the shaman. Move over to realm and test persuasion. It's the score of 6, which he has a persuasion 4, so I might do that. And it says regain 1 extra health and remove a cursed affliction when the champion rests. So that would be 3 health he could recover when he does a rest action, which is pretty decent, and he gains a plus 1 on insight. That's not bad. Or he could go 1, 2, take a shadow token off, end up on a quest token, and also attack this guy. And actually that's what I'm gonna do. 1, 2, 3. Take the shadow token off. So he's gonna end up fighting. And but it's nice because for all tests on Hollow space, roll an extra die and choose the highest result. Alright. So that's their actions. And now it moves on to the combat phase. And I'm going to do this battle first. Now the Undead Corpse has a defense of 5, an attack of 7, and health of 3. Now what has to happen is Anton has a might of 3, so in order to do damage he needs to roll, he can roll 2 dice since he's on Hollow space. He needs to roll higher than 2 to get any damage because it has a defense of 5, he has a might of 3. So if I rolled a 2, it wouldn't do any damage to the Undead Corpse because the corpse has a shield of 5. So the difference between the might and the defense is how much damage is done. So let's try this. Nice. Okay, we got a 6. So 6, 7, 8, 9. Might of 9. It has defense of 5, and then a health of 3. So that's just 8. So with a might of 9, he takes him out. He gets 1 coin for taking him out. And This still attacks though, so he tries to attack with 7, and it goes against Anton's agility. So, in order to not take damage, he needs to roll a 4. 4 and 6, so he doesn't take any damage. That undead corpse is gone. That actually went well. And now Hadrian is going to attack the other undead corpse. Health of 3. Hadrian has a might of 5. He gets to roll 1 dice, which is a 2. So that is 7. So it takes 2 damage. Because it has a defense of 5. Now it goes for Hadrian. And Hadrian has a agility of 6. He has an agility of 6, so it does 1 damage to him. Goes down to 8 health. Alright, Hadrian, take him out. 6. Boom. Might of... that would be 11. So he takes the undead corpse out, gets 1 coin for that. But the undead corpse still tries to hit him. Ooh. So, I'm gonna use a willpower to re-roll that die. It's a 6. Nice. So, an agility of 6, 7, 8. The undead corpse doesn't do any damage. Then it gets shuffled back into the enemy deck for Arawn. And he takes the undead corpse out. Alright. Now it's going to the scenario phase, and it's still going in clockwise order starting from Nora. So she is going to choose to do this quest, so hopefully she gets a quest token. You enter a huge library filled with tomes, storing many centuries of knowledge. Your feet echo on the dusty marble floor as you walk down an aisle towards the back of the main room. The bookshelves in the back contain grimoires on spirits and totems. You think you're in the right area for finding one of Arawn's runes. Test insight or awareness against a score of 7. And she has higher awareness, so I'm going to go with awareness. She gets to roll 1 die. Thankfully, she just got 7. She has awareness of 4, and so she got 8. So she succeeds. Your investigation leads to a bookshelf that seems out of place. You notice faded scuff marks on the floor and move the shelf aside to reveal a secret room. Inside is another shelf made out of human bones that contains an ancient totem. The ancient item radiates an ominous aura. As you touch the totem, disturbing thoughts enter your mind. You see images of power gained through sacrificial murder and deals brokered with evil spirits. Test resolve against a score of 8. Alright. Sounds dark. Alright, so she needs to get a 5 or 6. She gets a 6. 6, 7, 8, 9. She succeeds. You withstand the magical assault and remove the totem from the shelf. Embedded within is an engraved rune. Gain 1 quest token. If there is a relic in the hand, you may equip it. Alright, so there is a relic in hand. She's going to equip the champion gains Spirit Touched. And she gets +1 Insight and +1 Resolve. And she gains the quest token. So far this game is going really well. So we'll see what happens. Alright, so now Celine. She is on a realm. You're relaxing at an inn of a small village when you hear riders approaching. A band of fair-haired Tyrian warriors arrive with a large wagon and head for a nearby storehouse. They begin loading up the wagon and supplies. Their leader is a Valkyrie, who claims the goods for the Tyrian army. Choose to convince the Tyrians to pay for the supplies or challenge their leader. Choose to convince the Tyrians to pay for the supplies or challenge their leader. And Nora has a might of 3. She has an insight of 2, awareness of 4, persuasion of 2. Ooh. I'm sorry. I'm doing Celine. She has a resolve of 4, persuasion 2, awareness 3, insight 4, agility 3, might 2. She's gonna try and persuade. Or convince the Tyrians to pay for the supplies. You demand a fair price for the supplies. Test persuasion against a score of 7. Alright, so she needs a 5 or 6. And, yeah, Celine needs a 5 or 6. 4, but what she's going to do is use a willpower and make it a 5. You argue for a compromise among allies, and the Valkyrie slowly nods her head. They take the supplies, but pay the villagers. Alright. Okay. Alright, we got Hadrian. Hollows. The tunnel you've been traveling along begins to split into multiple paths full of twists and turns. Before long, you find yourself lost in a web of passages that either loop back into each other or lead to a dead end. Test Insight against a score of 7. Alright, he only has Insight 2 plus 4. And I don't think I want to use his willpower. So, failure. You spend several frustrating hours trying to find your way out. The feeling of being trapped begins to affect you as the passages start to blur together. After walking around in a daze for ages, you happen upon the exit. Ooh. Attach a madness affliction. Alright. That's not good. So, he's been afflicted with madness, which is -1 on awareness, -1 on insight, and roll a die at the end of every turn, discard a madness card on a roll of 5 or 6, lose 1 willpower on a roll of 1. Alright, so that's not very good. But I didn't want to use all his willpower. Now we got Anton, and he's doing the quest. Play of light and shadow. You enter a chamber that is lit by a large brazier with a bright white flame. Surrounding it is a cylindrical metal screen with holes shaped into patterns. It is slowly rotating, which has cast the room in a shifting display of lights and shadows. Before your eyes you see the pattern shift into different shapes. It seems to be some kind of puzzle. You try to decipher what is being displayed. Test insight against a score of 7. Alright, Anton. He only has insight 2. Alright. That is not good. So he needs a 5. And I don't know if I want to use his willpower or not. I would like to. I want that quest token, but that is a lot of willpower. Man. That was a bad roll. Okay, so actually guys, sorry. For all tests on hollow space, roll an extra die and choose the highest result. So, I didn't roll 2 dice. He's on hollows. 4 is a lot better. Alright, so 4, 5, 6. And it's a test of 7, so he's going to use 1 willpower. And make it a 5. So he succeeds. You discover the story of how Arawn led his kingdom to ruin and was cursed. You speak the ancient name of the curse and the scene shifts. The lights and shadows form a new scene. You begin to witness your deepest and most primal of fears. Pure terror suddenly wells up within you. Test. Resolve against a score of 8. Alright. Come on, get a 5 or 6. Ooh, both ones. That is terrible. Alright, so what I'm going to do is he has 3. I'm actually going to do this. So, against the score of 8. So, he has 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8. So he needs to get this to a 5. He needs to use 4 willpower. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a lot of willpower, but I want to do it. I'm deciding to do it, so. You stand your ground until the play is over. The cylinder stops turning and leaves a wide opening in the screen. The brazier is no longer lit, and within it rests an engraved runestone. Gain 1 quest token. So, gains the quest token. You lost a lot of willpower, though. Sorry, I was supposed to refresh that. Okay. So now it is event phase, and place 1 foe aligned to the dragon on any wild space with a champion. And I'm not on any wild space, thankfully. Alright, so when a champion gains a quest token, place a new quest token on a hollow space. At the end of each turn, move all foes 1 space towards the nearest capital, then place new shadow tokens on the map equal to half the number of champions and a random foe on all shadow tokens. If a foe moves to a capital space, each champion will lose 1 willpower. Thankfully, no foes are moving to a capital this turn. So, so here we go. Placing quest token on 2 and 4. 2 and 4. And then we're placing, let's see. Then place new, when a champion gains a quest token, place a new quest token on a hollow space. At the end of each turn, move all foes 1 space. Okay, then place new shadow tokens on the map equal to half the number of champions. And I don't think it says, guys, that it's supposed to be on, sorry, I want to keep these ones out. I don't think it says, guys, that it has to be on hollows, so shadow tokens on anywhere, I believe. So we're kind of going to mix these around and pick 2 of them. We got 5 and 3. 5 on wilds. Ooh, that's really close to a capital. And then, ooh, realm space. Really close, even closer. So we are placing, it says, with all foes in space. Shadow tokens on the map, champions and a random foe on all shadow tokens. So, a random foe, we got Death Cultists and we got Fallen Knight. So we're going to go with the first one here, the second one there. So we got a Fallen Knight. Death Cultists. There and here. Then this moves to 2, and next turn. So let's see. All still doing well in health. Not all of them are doing well on willpower. Okay. So I'm going to roll a die for Hadrian. Roll a die at the end of every turn. Discard a Madness card on a roll of 5 or 6. That's a 3. So he keeps that Madness with a -1 each of awareness and insight. Alright, so Nora's turn. So I would like to get Nora to the wilds, and actually that's nice because that is a wilds space. So she's on Nora's turn. She's gonna go 1, 2, and 2 things I can do with her is ambush a foe in the same space with her third action, which it would be good because she can attack without it attacking back. But then actually, the other action I can do with her third action is take this off. And I don't want enemies to keep appearing there, so that's what I'm going to do. So that's her third action. And then combat will come later. So she went 1, 2, 3. And now it is Celine's turn. She can go attack him, or move there for combat. She'd go 1. You know what? Actually, I want her to do is go 1, 2, 3. So she can get this quest token. And then she's not going to look at the top 2 cards on that event this turn, so hopefully it'll be okay. Now it's Hadrian's turn, and I think I want him to attack him because I don't really want this enemy going to the capital. So Hadrian's going to go 1, 2, And he can buy something if he has enough money. He could buy the leather armor, but he already has armor. The only thing that maybe would be good to do is if he traded it later to someone else. Or he could save up money. The other thing he can do, which I'm going to do instead, is with this special he can regain 1 willpower. So he's going to regain 1 willpower. And now it's Anton's turn. Anton does good on the hollows. He could also go and buy something though, because he could also try going to a realm. If he can. Or, you know what? Guys, this actually looks like it works out pretty well. Because his other quest token is on the hollows. So I think I want to go there. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. Because that's still a hollow, so he can still use his explorer action for all tests on hollow space, roll an extra die and choose the highest result. And potentially he can get this quest token, hopefully. He's low on willpower, so we'll see what happens. So that's his turn. He's not going to buy anything. Man, that might have been a good idea, but it's on hollow space, so I'm going to go for the quest token. Hopefully I get it. Alright. So, combat phase. Fallen Knight. I'm going to do Fallen Knight against Hadrian. And Fallen Knight's special ability is combat is considered a duel. I'm going to quickly get refreshed on what a duel is. Certain foes and scenarios will call for a duel against the champion, and a duel combat takes place in the same as in a regular combat round, except the champion cannot gain any bonuses provided by champion cards. Sorry, by companion cards. The champion may not switch opponents during the duel. Also, no other champion may engage in combat with a dueling foe. Alright, that actually doesn't sound too bad. So, it has 6 health. I can pick that up later. And here we go, Hadrian. Let's take him out. Yes. Ooh, it has 7 defense. This may be tough. 4. So 9. So it takes 2 damage. 7 defense as opposed to 9. Alright. Then it attacks Hadrian with a 9. Ooh man, this guy's strong. Alright, Hadrian gets 4, 5, 6 on agility. But he also has his plate armor. So reduce by 2 when defending. Reduce damage by 2 when defending. And I actually don't think I used that before, did I? So he might be at 9 health. Alright, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It does 1 damage to him. I might check that later, guys, and see if he actually has 9 health. Alright, it attacks the Fallen Knight. Nice hit. 6 plus 5 is 11. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So he does 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. That takes the Fallen Knight out, thankfully. The Fallen Knight still attacks. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And it tries to attack him with a 9, so it doesn't do any damage. he gets 2 coins for that. So I'm going to give him 3 to take this off. Alright. Now, Death Cultists. At the end of each combat phase in Act 1, placing the undead corpse on this space. So hopefully I take him out. He's going up against Nora. So Nora's going to try and attack him with a might of 3. But she's on a wild. So for all tests on a wild space, roll an extra die and choose the highest result. 6. So 9, as opposed to his defensive 6. She does 3 damage, and he has 1 health left. He tries to attack with 8. She has an agility of 8, so she takes no damage. Now she attacks again. I'm sorry, guys. That's it, actually, because she has a rounding knife, which is +1 might, so she actually killed him. And gets 1. I didn't add the +1 might on her first attack, so she already took him out. She gets a coin for that. This seems to be going pretty well. Shuffle these back in. Alright, we are going to move to scenario phase. Before that though, guys, I do want to stop and check to see if Hadrian's at 1 more health, because I think I might have forgot to use his plate armor at the very first battle. Alright guys, so I just looked back at it, and I saw that I rolled a 4 and added it to his agility, which would make 6, but didn't use his plate armor for his first battle against the undead corpse, so he wouldn't have taken a damage, so he's gonna go, he's actually at 8 health. Alright. So, let's see, so scenario phase. Nora first. She's on wilds. Deep in the wilds, you feel the quiet isolation of being the only person around for many leagues. Your path along a ravine finally ends when you come upon a waterfall. Fresh water is cascading over a cliff into a rocky pool hundreds of feet below. You carefully descend along the side until you reach the base of the waterfall. Resting a moment, you search the area. Test awareness against the score of 7. Which is nice, because she can roll 2 dice, and she already has an awareness of 4. She gets a 5, plus 4 is 9. Success. You notice some faded tracks on the ground near the edge of the pool. They lead to the back of the waterfall. Behind the curtain of water is a small cave where you find some precious coins. Gain 2 coins. It's pretty good. She has 3. Celine is doing the quest. Ooh, the sacrifice. Winding stairs lead you down into the depths of a dungeon. You move along a dark corridor until you reach several prison cells. Dozens of frightened captives are huddled together behind locked bars. They look at you with pleading eyes and beg you to release them. You promise to return and continue to the doorway at the other end of the hall. It opens to a large room where several chanting figures have formed a circle around an altar. Upon it is the lifeless form of a young Valkyrie, her eyes staring blankly at the ceiling. Suddenly she twitches and jerks upright, like a puppet under someone else's control. Her gaze turns towards you. Place death cultists and an undead corpse on this space and enter combat. Wow, that's not good. Undead Corpse, and Death Cultists. We got Undead Corpse and Death Cultists. So hopefully Celine can take them both out. This is not good. But something that is good though is that this is a quest, and her seer ability is for all tests within a quest, roll an extra die and choose the highest result. So that's something that's good. So I think she can only attack one at a time, but they both attack her. So she's going to go for the Undead Corpse first, because that's probably going to be the quickest to take out. So she's attacking with a might of 2. Alright, so that's good. So might of 6, 7, 8. And with the Undead Corpse, they only got 5 defense and 3 health. So that takes them out. She gets a coin. But it attacks her before it leaves. Tries to attack her with a 7. She chooses 3. Her agility is 3, so 6. And then she's going to use her warding. I'm sorry, that's an action. So, never mind. So, she takes 1 damage. You know what? She's going to use 1 willpower. Make that a 4. To take no damage. Alright, now Death Cultists roll, or try and attack her with 8. She gets 6, 7, 8, 9. They do no damage. She attacks them. Nice. 6 and 1. So 6, 7, 8, might of 8. They got a defense of 6. So she has a might of 8. Does 2 damage to them. They try and attack her back. Alright, I might check to see if those got messed up a little bit later. They're trying to attack her with 8. She has 4, 7. So she'll take the damage. She tries to attack them. 5, 6, 7 for her might, and she's going to use a willpower. Make it 8. Take them out, but they try and attack her with 8. 5, 6, 7, 8 with her agility. Because she has a base agility of 3, she got a 5. Alright, and she gets a coin. So thankfully, she was able to take them both out. Let's read it. You strike down the cultists and the Volcry corpse. You search the bodies and find a large gel key. You also see a twinkling object in a small study beyond the altar. The metal barrier begins to slide down from the top of the entrance to the study. Behind you, frantic screaming can be heard from the cells. Choose to save the prisoners or enter the study before it is sealed shut. We'll save the prisoners. You race back to the cells. People are desperately trying to break out as noxious fumes are sweeping in through the vents. You open the cells and lead them outside. Sickly but alive, they thank you for saving them, attach a poisoned affliction, and gain 2 willpower. Okay. Alright, so she gains 2 willpower. 1, 2. Sadly, she does not... she does not gain the quest token, sadly. That's okay, though. And then she gets a poisoned affliction. The champion cannot regain health and loses 1 health at the end of each turn. Rest to discard a poisoned card instead of regaining health. Alright. It's not very good, but... Okay. I do want to check, since I messed this up, if they were all at that health. Give me a second. Okay, yep, I checked. They're all right on their health. So we went with Celine, and now it's Hadrian's turn. And Hadrian is on a realm, hoping it's good. A cluster of wagons can be seen along the road ahead of you. A crowd is assembling and large tents have been pitched in an open field, just on the outskirts of a nearby town. A banner has been raised between 2 flagpoles, announcing a traveling circus show. You decide to explore the entertaining and bizarre venues, eventually coming across the more secluded tent of a fortune teller. A woman wearing the garb of seer is seated at a plain wooden table. Her sightless eyes widen slightly as you enter, and she offers to delve into future events revolving around you. She asks for 1 coin as payment for her service. Choose to pay her to see your future or leave. We're just going to leave. We're going to keep our coins. Decline the offer. You politely refuse the offer and leave the tent. That is it. And we're on to Anton. And he's doing a quest. Into the depths. Perched on a stone bridge above an underground pool, you peer down into the clear water. Deep below the surface is a dimly glowing object. It is too far down to dive, but an iron diving bell hangs over the side of the bridge with a pulley system. Test. Insight against a score of 7. He has Insight 2, but he's on hollow, so he can roll 2 dice. 5, 6, 7, and he got it. You properly operate the pulley while inside the bell. You slowly lower yourself into the water and slip beneath the surface. The bell descends a few dozen paces before reaching the bottom. Taking a deep breath, you swim out from the bell and reach the ruin. The water suddenly darkens as streams of black ink swirl around you. Movement within the ink catches your attention, and you gaze at a gigantic tentacle probing out from a nearby crevice. You start to panic. Test resolve against a score of 8. He has resolve 3, and you got a 5. 5, 6, 7, 8. You got it. Forcing yourself to keep calm, you retrieve the rune. The tentacle flails blindly in your direction, but misses as you swim back to the bell. Gain 1 quest token. Alright, so Anton has 2 quest tokens. That is good. Alright, something I want to see is if the quest token would have stayed here since I never got it. Because I am not sure on that. But we're going to do the event. A light in the darkness. Each champion may... Oh, wow. They're usually bad, but this is good. Each champion may choose to regain 4 health or 2 willpower. That is awesome. 4 health or 2 willpower. Alright. Each champion may choose to regain 4 health or 2 willpower. So, Anton is choosing the willpower. 1, 2. Hadrian only starts out with 4. He's at max. So, he's going to choose the health to go up to 9. You can only go up to their max. And then with Celine, her willpower is max 8 and her health is max 5. So I'm just going to give her the health. And then with Nora, her health is max 6. So she's max. And she's also max willpower. Wow, that was a good one. Okay, let me try and see if I can find anything on the quest token to see if it stays or not. Okay, so I went to Board Game Geek and I saw that the quest token stays. So we're going to leave it. She can stay there if she wants to get quest token. Alright, so what's going to happen is we're going to place a new quest token. It is number 1. Because there's 2 quest tokens, and we're going to place 2 shadow tokens. We got number 1, and we got number 4 on hollows. Ooh. Anton. That's nice. His first action can be taking that off. On, say, this one, we got Undead Corpse, and then that one is going to be Fallen Knight. Okay, I kind of want items that could be helpful. So I am going to roll. So the champion cannot regain health and... Ooh, so you know what? Sorry. So, you know when I got her health with the event card? I'm actually going to give her the max to willpower. She has willpower of 8. Because her poison ability is the champion cannot regain health and loses 1 health at the end of each turn. It's the end of a turn, so sadly she goes down to 3. And I think I'll do a rest action with her because I do not want her to keep that poison. Now I roll to see if Hadrian loses his madness. It is 1, so he's going to keep it for now. And goes to turn 3. So Nora goes first. Sword and shield, that's pretty decent. But it's counted as a weapon, and she already has a weapon. For all tests on wild space, so she's kind of out of the action right now. So honestly, maybe what I'll do, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's the farthest she can get if she uses all 3 of her actions. She's good on health and willpower, so what I'm going to do with her is take her 1, and then maybe 2, to try and get her closer to the action. Or maybe I should just keep her down here just in case some tokens, enemies come down here later on. So I actually might just leave her there. So 1, and then she is going to... what is her persuasion? Her persuasion is 2. Distract, Distract is actually pretty decent, but it costs 3. Reduce a target foe's combat feat. Reduce a target foe's attack by 2. For all their champions this combat round. That's pretty decent. Kind of like all these. Maybe not so much warding. Sword and shield and armor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pay 1. Get her the armor. Ooh, she has spirit touched as well. So Nora has all this. She has a weapon, armor, and primordial crown. And so when I get something, or attempt to, I can also discard anything else. And now I draw 2. So she used 2 actions, 1, and then got that 2. Now I draw 2. Let's see what we got here. So she has 2 coins left. And I got sidestep, combat feat, which I can use it to get a -1 on attack, but +2 agility. And then lucky coin, which she cannot buy right now because it costs 3. Once per turn you may re-roll a die. That's decent. So what she could do is, with her next action, guys, she's actually going to buy sword and shield, which cost 2 for her. But why I'm doing that is because there's a gift action you can take, where you can give someone a weapon. Now, so this is a weapon she can only use 1 at a time. So either she's going to just take this and use it, or she's going to keep the leather armor and hunting knife and use them. And then she can gift a weapon, this or these, to someone else later on. Because it might be easier to do that than try and have someone else get this later on. Because she has another action she can take anyway. So that's her 3rd action. So she can gift this later on. I'm just going to tuck it under here for now. And then, do I want to get rid of this? Or any of these? Distract is pretty good. I don't know if I'm going to get it, though. Because I can discard one of these if I don't want it. I'm going to discard sidestep. I want to see what else comes out. We got dueling saber, +1 strength, or might, and reduce defense by 1 in a duel. And then we got call the storm. Ooh, I like that. Cost 3 and requires Spirit Touched. I have 2 people with Spirit Touched now, and it says action. A foe on the same space loses health, hearts. Same thing. Equal to a die roll. So that can be really good because that already how do you say? That passes up the defense already of an enemy. Alright. So Nora took her 3 actions. And something I want to check quick. I don't know if combat feat, that probably counts as an action. I wonder. Special action. Purge Shadows tests. Activating combat feats. Combat feats provide a tactical bonus. Player must activate the feat before the die roll in a combat round by turning the card sideways. The activated effect lasts for that one combat round, and only one combat feat can be activated per combat round. So, actually combat feats look pretty decent because it looks like it doesn't count as an action. Okay, so Nora went, now it's Celine's turn. Now I might want to leave her there as the quest token. I also want her to be able to get Call to Storm though, so okay. Alright. Let's see. So actually I know what I want to do probably is I'm gonna move her here 1, and with the gift take action, it's gift or take. I'm gonna take let's see. Do I want him to buy anything? Ooh, the distract could be good for him, but I want Call to Storm with her. So I'm gonna take 2 coins from him. He's gonna keep a couple. So 1, 2 with the take action, and then 3. And she's paying 3 for Call to Storm, which could be very helpful. No, I forgot about her poison. Boy, that's not good. Okay, you know what? We're taking that back. I really want Call to Storm with her, but I also want her to get the poison off, and that's going to be a priority right now. I wasn't thinking of that. So what she's going to do is use an action to get this off, rest to discard a poison card. And then she is what persuasion does she have? She has persuasion 2. Alright, okay, so she's gonna do that. Um, and then she's gonna use her heal action again and go 1, 2. And she's gonna stay there, hopefully get the quest token, and then she's using her special ability. Plague Sickness. Place 1 undead corpse on any realm space with a champion. I may not end up on a realm space. I probably will. And then Sacrifice. Each champion must choose to lose a companion or 2 health. Ooh. We're gonna go with the undead corpse. Okay, so that's Celine's turn. So now it's Hadrian's. And I would like to be able to get Celine some more money, but then I also want to take this shadow token off and fight. Let's see what I can do. 1, 2, 3. No, so I couldn't do both. So, he might actually, so, I do want to get Celine that Call to Storm, but I'm also going to get, I'll just use his money right now with one of his actions, get Distract. Cost 3, reduce target foes attack by 2 for all other champions this combat round. Ooh, all other champions. Maybe I won't. It's really helpful, but I'm sorry, never mind. We're not going to do that right now. So that's for all other champions, so it helps if they're together, but once per turn you may reroll a die. That could be good for him. Lucky coin. I wonder if that means for anything, even if it's getting his madness off. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Oh boy. What's his persuasion? His persuasion is 3. I kinda wanna get Shaman, a companion. Also lucky coin would be nice. Alright. We're gonna pay 3. Get lucky coin. Once per turn you may re-roll a die. And then I'm gonna discard Dueling Saber. We got Onslaught and Goblet of Life. Goblet of Life, any champion on the same space regains all health during a rest action. Ooh. Action, discard any affliction that is attached to any champion on the same space. So I think this is always in effect. Any champion on the same space regains all health during a rest action. And it's a relic. And as far as I know, I can't get a relic unless it's like an event or quest or something. Unless it's with Anton's special ability, which he can test awareness against a score of 7 to get a relic. while on a hollows, and he's on a hollows space, so I might actually do that. Okay, so Anton got that. Sorry, Hadrian got Lucky Coin. Then he's gonna go 1, 2. So that was 3. Because he bought something. 1, went here 2, and then took off a shadow token 3. Alright, things are still looking pretty good, guys. I'm liking this. So Anton's turn. And Anton, I would like to give Celine money, but I also want to take off a shadow token. And if he went 1, 2, gave her money, then back 3, he couldn't take off the shadow token. So first action I'm going to do is take off that. And then he is going to so he's going to do this. He's going to go for the relic. For all tests on hollow space, roll an extra die and choose the highest result. So he's going for 7 on awareness. 5 plus his awareness 3, which is 8. So he gets this relic. Any champion on the same space regains all health during a rest action. That is really good. And then action, discard an affliction that is attached to any champion on the same space. That's pretty good too. We got sidestep again. So he went 1, 2 with his actions, and then he has 1 more, and what would that be? He's at max health. He could buy something else. His might is 3. Man, him taking on that knight. So his agility is 3. Okay, so his might is 3. You know what? I think I might want to either buy Onslaught or Sidestep with him. Because he's going to be taking on that knight. And that knight has 7 defense. And 6 health and 9 attack power. Man. I guess I could always retreat with him. You know what? I am gonna buy Sidestep. It's a negative power, but it's a +2 agility. Do I want it? Hang on. Do I want to do that? Because then he'd only have might of 2 if I activated this. And rolling a 6, that would be 8. And the Fallen Knight has defense of 7. So you know what, guys? He has an attack of 9, though. So you know what, guys? Never mind. He's gonna keep his coins. I don't know how Like, he could try and take that thing on. I might try taking it on for a bit and then retreat if he's not doing too hot. So actually, I'm gonna try paying his 2 coins, and this might hurt him just as bad as if I would get Sidestep, but I'm gonna try Onslaught. It would get him +2 power, or +2 might, and -1 agility, so his agility is gonna be pretty low, but I'm gonna get that anyway. And then I might just end up retreating with him when he's fighting the Black Knight. The Fallen Knight. Alright. And then I am going to Sidestep, I guess. No, I'll put that. I'll discard that. You got another Distract. And we got Claymore. That's +2 power. That's nice. Right, so that's Anton's turn. Then we go to scenario phase. Nora, you arrive at a small village to find guards posted along the main road. The guards question you briefly before being cut off by a pair of approaching watchers. They politely greet you and seem to know who you are. They mention a disturbance that may be related to your quest. The watchers take you to an empty farmhouse where a couple have gone missing. The strange symbols are painted on the floor, and a little stick man is standing in the center of the dining room. Test. Insight or awareness. Against a score of 8, she's going with awareness. She's not on wilds, so she can't roll 2 dice. 1. And so that is only 5. You find no clues and leave in frustration, lose 1 willpower. Then we got Celine, and she's going for another quest. A narrow set of stairs lead up the side of the cavern wall and continues on beyond your sight. After a long climb, you eventually reach the rocky ceiling and pass through an opening to the outside world. The air is frigid, and you stare up at a night sky filled with twinkling stars. Placed in unfamiliar patterns, the sky is not yours, but from another realm. Pillars of evenly placed stone form another stairway to the edge of a steep cliff. As you climb, you begin to realize that what seemed like blinking stars is actually large, dark forms flying overhead. The creatures are nearly invisible, except for when they cross in front of a star. You think they are circling closer. Test agility against a score of 7. And since this is within a quest, she can roll 2 dice. Her agility is 3. She's going to use a willpower. So 3, 4, 5. She's going to use 2 willpower and make it a 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. Success. You evade the creatures and reach the final pillar where a twinkling rune is placed. Gain a quest token. Nice. She gains that, but the story continues. As you pick up the rune, the stars in the sky begin to fall. You look over the edge and see them swirling down into an abyssal void. Vertigo threatens to overcome you. Test. Resolve against the score of 8. And she has Resolve 4. She can roll 2 dice. 5, so 9. Success. You grit your teeth and leap across the pillars. You make it back through the opening before the last star falls. Gain 1 willpower. Celine did well. She gained a willpower and she went down, I think, a couple or something to succeed earlier, but she gained a willpower and a quest token. Good job, Celine. Alright, now Hadrian. Hadrian is on Realm. While traveling through a forested area, you see a sign at a fork in the road. It directs travelers to a nearby cottage for food and rest. Hungry and tired, you take the side road and arrive at a quaint wooden cabin by a small lake. An elderly man and woman greet you warmly and welcome you in. Sitting you down and pouring some tea, they offer you room and board in exchange for some simple chores. Test. Awareness against the score of 7. Alright. So his awareness is only 2. 4, 5, 6. He is going to use a willpower, make that 7. Yeah. Success. You notice a slight nervousness about them and refuse to drink. They look at you calmly and draw knives as others enter the room from the back. Place death cultists on this space and enter combat. Okay. So, before I do this, guys, I forgot, so I skipped the combat phase. So we're going to come back to this, but I skipped the combat phase, so we're going to have to do the combat phase now. But we're just going to hold this on pause. And I'm actually going to attack this guy first. So, Undead Corpse has 3 health, defense of 5. So 3 to his might of 5 is 8. So that is actually enough to kill Undead Corpse, because health of 3, defense of 5. He gets a coin for that, but Undead Corpse attacks back. With his agility of 6, 7, 8, Undead Corpse does no damage, and he has his armor too. So, now Fallen Knight. Let's see here. So this may be a very difficult one for Anton. Fallen Knight has 6 health. And I'm not sure I want to activate his Onslaught ability, because it does give him +2 power, but it also gives him -1 agility. Okay, so activate. So as far as I know, guys, this doesn't count as one of your actions. I am going to try activating it. So he has +2. So he has a might of 5. And then he can roll 2 dice, since he's on hollows. Alright, so that's a good start. So 6 plus 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Might have 5, and then roll the 6. So with a defense of 7 on the Fallen Knight, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He does 4 damage. That was actually really good. He does 4 damage to the Fallen Knight. Fallen Knight attacks back, and Anton only has an agility of 2 now. That's not too bad. So agility of 5, 6, 7. Fallen Knight does 2 damage. Alright, let's hope he can take it out this turn. Ooh. What is that? 3. So 8. He's going to use 1 willpower. Make that a 4. So 4 plus 5 is 9. Defense of 7. Health of 2. Takes him out. But tries to attack him back. Ooh, that's awesome. So agility of 6. Then 7, 8. So it does 1 damage to him. He's at health 4. But he took it out. And he gets 2 coins. Give him 3. Take 1 off. Good job, Anton. Okay, so now we can go back to the scenario. And it is place death cultists. So now in the scenario, Hadrian has to attack death cultists. Alright, so Hadrian, you are going to... He has a might of 5, and he is attacking death cultists. Ooh, nice. 6. So 6 plus 5 is 11, then defense of 6, health of 4 is 10. So he takes the death cultists out. And they attack him. And he has an agility of 5. Then plus 2 with his armor, 7. They do 1 damage to him. Success. You stand over the final assailant who is bleeding out on the floor. She is the elderly woman that poured you tea. For Arawn, she murmurs before the light fades from her eyes. You search the rooms and find some coin. Gain 1. Alright, good job. Hadrian? Whoops. That doesn't go there. It goes here. Alright, Anton. He's on the hollows. Risen. You delve deeper into the hollows and come across an open space that is littered with tombstones. The earth is slightly damp and wet beneath your feet as you cautiously move across to the other side. Just as you are about to exit the place, a hand reaches up through the dark, loose soil and grabs your leg. Place an undead corpse on this space and enter combat. Alright, good thing is though, so he's not doing the best on health, but a good thing is he can roll 2 dice since he's on hollows. He attacks with 4, 5, 6, 7. And he's going to use 1 willpower to make it an 8 to take the undead corpse out, because health of 3 and a defense of 5. And then it's going to try attacking him. So with 5, 6, 7, 8 agility, negates the attack of 7. And he gets 1 coin. So good job, Anton. This is going pretty well. So they took him out. And now the event phase. Place 1 undead corpse on any realm space with a champion. So I'm going to place it... I think I'm going to place it with Hadrian. Alright, so turn end, refresh, and let's see, roll to see if he gets the madness off. He does not. I'm going to use his reroll with his lucky coin. Okay, so once per turn can do that. Still doesn't get it off. And then move all foes 1 space towards... Okay, then place... This is end of turn, so... Since this moved here, this probably gets moved onto the capital, actually. Because it says... So I should have thought about that, where I was placing this. Because it says... move all foes 1 space towards the nearest capital. Then place new shadow tokens on the map equal to half the number of champions. And a random foe on all shadow tokens. So, he's going to move here. Then we're doing another quest token, because we got 1, and it's going on number 2. Which is this. I think I may have misplaced this shadow token. It was supposed to be down here, wasn't it? So, sorry, not shadow token. So guys, what we're going to do is, we're going to pretend that this is a 6, actually, because the one Celine got was a 6. So it appears that I misplaced it. So we're going to pretend that was the 2, or whatever, and that this is the 6. So we're going to place it here. Feel bad about messing that up, but mistakes happen sometimes. So, and then random shadow tokens. We're going to do this one, that one. We got number 1 and number 3. So this is going here, and this one is going on number 1, which is right here. For here, we got Death Cultists. For this one, we got Undead Horde. And then it says, if a foe moves to a capital space, each champion will lose 1 willpower. So, Anton, 0, they all move down 1. Alright, and then we got turn 4. Alright, so this is interesting. So Nora is probably good if she goes and attacks the Death Cultists. She could even ambush them. 1, 2. I kind of want her to be able to give the sword and shield away, but I guess it doesn't have to be this turn. There is also a quest here, which she could go for. 1, 2, 3. She can't buy anything. Probably her best action with her abilities is just going here. So she's going 1, 2, and then... Does she want the health? So she's going to use her special action to ambush a foe on the same space. And for all tests on wilds... Okay, you know what? She's not on a wilds there. She can ambush them, though. So let me think about this. She has a plus might. And basically a plus armor. The other thing is she could go 1, 2, 3, and then Celine could go and take the sword and shield from her. So, sorry guys, let me take some time and think about this, because she can use her ambush ability if she's here. Or she could take off the shadow token, which would also be good. Or she could go 1, 2, 3 and try and get that quest. I don't want to get overrun with enemies, so I'm just going to go 1, 2, and then 3 with her. She's staying there. So that's her. And then Celine's turn. let's see here. So I could get her closer to her. I also want to get Call a Storm with her, though. Okay, that can probably be later on, though. I'm more worried about it for when R1 gets revealed. So hopefully Nora will be able to give her enough. We'll be able to get some money from killing him and give it to Celine. Okay. So she's gonna go 1. She could go 1, 2, 3 and take money from her. But I kind of want her to go for this quest token. She's gonna go 1. And then she's going to... She can't regain health. She's gonna use her special ability and look at these. So, Samhain. Place 1 foe aligned to R1 at any hollow space with a champion. An unclear path. Reshuffle the event deck. Alright, so I'm going to do reshuffle the event deck. Because that's not bad. And so that's her turn. Sorry. You know what? She went 1, 2, right? She's gonna do this action. Any champion on the same space can reduce. Attack by 1 when defending this turn. I guess there's no one there. Anyway. So. Hadrian. What do you got, buddy? He's going to take off a shadow token. And he could regain a health. Do I want to move him anywhere? Probably want to stay here so I can fight the undead horde. So what he's going to do is he's going to use a special action, regain a willpower, and he's also going to, let's see, regain health up to max with his rest action. So now we move to Anton. So he's kind of out of the area. He could buy an item for someone, potentially. 1, 2. You could go there and attack that. You could go 1, 2, 3, go there and attack him. Or help him, Hadrian fight. Which Hadrian's probably going to be okay. Or he could go here and try and get a quest token. And that is on hollows, and his ability is for all tests on hollow space, roll an extra die and choose the highest result. So that could be good. But then he could also go 1, 2, and buy an item that he could give someone later, which could also be good. And we got Claymore, which is +2 attack. That could be good for him, even. He's also low on health. 4, and his health is 7, so he could regain 3 health because he has any champion on the same space regains all health during a rest action. So do I want to buy an item, regain all his health, and go here, potentially get a quest token? Or go help out and get closer to where everyone's at. It could potentially be bad, though, if I have all my people over here and then some enemies pop up over here. What do you want to do, buddy? You know what he could do too? Is he could go 1, 2, and gift Celine with some coins, because I do want her to get Call the Storm. He honestly has so many things he can do, so many actions. Sorry. It looks like Undead Corpse is out as well. So you know what? These can be good, but I think I might pass this one up and do the 1, 2, and gift Celine with let's see, I guess 4 coins. So 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna try that because I really want her to get this Call the Storm, which I can explain later why. So yeah, so that's the end of his turn. And it goes to combat phase. Alright, so we're going to do Undead Horde first. Hadrian's attacking Undead Horde, and this special ability doesn't apply increase attack by a number of other foes on the same space. So Hadrian is going to... Sorry, he can only roll 1. Ooh, he gets a 6. Alright, so 6 plus his might, 5, is 11. Defensive 6, so it takes 5 damage and only has 1 health left. That was a good hit, Hadrian. Rolling for agility. Agility of 3. So his agility is 2. So agility 5. Plus his defense reduced by 2 when defending. 7. And it attacks with 8, so he takes 1 damage. Alright. Alright, take him out here. 5 plus 5 is 10. So he takes out the undead horde, gets 2 coins, but also it attacks him. 4 plus agility, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with his armor, so it doesn't do any damage to him. Nice attacking, Hadrian. We're going to Nora, and she is not on wilds, so she can only use 1 dice. She has +1 defense, +1 might. So with the might of 4 plus 6, that was a good roll. So 10. So death cultists with their defense of 6 and a health of 4 get taken out, because that's 10. That was a really good roll. Good job, Nora. So they try and attack her. 6 again. So her agility is 6. 7, 8, 9, 10. +1 defense. Doesn't do anything to her. She gets a coin. And then this guy just stays here. That went well. And on to the onto scenario phase. Nora. She is on hollows. You turn a corner and find yourself at the entrance of a small cave. There is a rank odor in the air. Peering within, you can see gnawed bones littering the floor. Atop them sits a large beast feasting on a human corpse. It has not yet noticed you. Choose to either sneak your way past the entrance or avenge its victim. So she has a might of 3. And she has it would probably be agility. She has an agility of 4. Sorry, she has a might of 4. And agility 4. I think we're going to try and sneak past. Sneak past. Test agility against a score of 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with her agility. So we sneak past. You slip past the entrance unnoticed. We got Celine, and she is doing the quest. You enter a modest building that appears to be a place of worship. Down the main hall and up several steps is an ornate marble altar. You search the surroundings for any clue that might lead to one of Arawn's runes. Test. Awareness against a score of 7. She can roll 2 dice. Because it's a quest, and that's her seer ability. Alright, 4. 4 and her awareness is 3, and that is 7. Success. You investigate the altar and discover faint inscriptions carved on its surface. They indicate that you should lie upon the altar. That sounds sketchy. You lie down on the marble surface and stare up at the ceiling. There is a painting, which had been obscured from your initial view. It depicts a realm of death and afterlife filled with ghost-like wraiths. Your eyes slowly close, and when they open again, the painting has come to life. Shadowy wraiths approach you, whispering in a strange language. Test. Resolve against a score of 8. And her resolve is 4, which is pretty good. 4 and 4 is 8. Success. You drive back the wraiths through a force of will. The scene in the painting shows the dark fate of mankind should Arawn win. You wake from the dream and find a softly glowing rune resting beside your head. Gain 1 willpower and 1 quest token. Good job, Celine. Hadrian is on Realm, which is Realm. I don't know if I've been showing you guys. Your travel through this part of the countryside has been largely uneventful. There are few towns or villages for rest, and you have lately made camp by the side of the road. You continue moving forward at a steady pace until the late evening. As the sky darkens, a farm comes into view on the horizon. It is dusk by the time you arrive at the entrance. Your hails are answered by a gruff voice demanding your intentions. Test persuasion against a score of 6. He has persuasion 3. Plus 4 is 7. Success. The farmer and his family welcome you in and offer you a warm bed to spend the night. The simple act of kindness from strangers lifts your spirits. Gain 1 willpower. Alright, Hadrian, good job. We're going to Anton. He's on Hollows. Library of Secrets. A crumbling wall reveals a new passage, unmarked on any Hollows map. You decide to explore the undiscovered area. Dust hangs heavy in the air as the path eventually leads you into a large hall filled with sealed shelves. Books and scrolls have been preserved within. You gain 1 coin for your find. Test. Insight against a score of 8. He can roll 2 dice since he's on Hollows. And his insight is only 2. Whoops. So 4 plus 2 is only 6. Man, against the score of 8. He doesn't have any willpower to use, so he fails. Failure. You open a tome and begin to read from it. Your stomach turns as the words leave your lips, and an icy chill settles upon you. You shut the book and toss it aside, but the chill still lingers. Attach a cursed affliction. It's good, though, that he has Goblet of Life, so that he can get rid of it with the action. It says, the champion may only roll... Wait, or can he? Discard an affliction that is attached to any champion on the same space. Yeah, I think this is considered an affliction. Yeah, magical affliction. The champion may only roll 1 die for any test and may not use willpower to reroll. And it says, roll a die at the end of every turn, discard a cursed card on a roll of 5 or 6, lose 1 willpower on a roll of 1. Alright. Get rid of that, buddy. Alright, so that's it. Goes on to the event. Unclear path. Reshuffle the event deck. 1 path above and 1 below. I think it's time to roll the dice. Anthem. Alright, and then it's going to... And then I'm gonna do the... I don't think there's any more quest tokens to put out. But then I have the enemies, the shadow tokens and enemies to put out. Thankfully none will move to a capital. So they're not going to lose willpower. And then this will be the last turn before Act 2. So it's going to move to 5, but what I'm going to do first is roll for Hadrian and then Anton to see if they lose their afflictions. Hadrian does not. Anton got a 4. He does not either. Because you need 5 or 6. Okay. So, what's going to happen is place 2 shadow tokens. Choose this one and that one. Both on wilds, 1 and 3. Right there. And right there. We got on the first one. Oh, I'm sorry. And also what happens is, after 1 turn on the map, replace Undead Corpse with Undead Horde. So, that one up there, Shadow Token, is going to be Fallen Knight. Other one will be Wraiths. And then, let's see. So actually, I'm gonna use his lucky coin to re-roll to see if he gets the affliction off him for Hadrian. I forgot to do that. He still does not. And then turn 5. So this time we got Nora. So I'm not going to go for this last quest token. I already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is good. I only had 2 the last time I played. This game is already going a lot better than my first game, which is actually my first time ever playing this. Yeah, this one's going a lot better. Okay. I know better what I'm doing too, though. Okay. Nora's turn. And I probably either want to make it to a wilds place with her, or I want to gift a sword and shield to someone, which I think I want it to be Celine. So actually, she's going to go... Ooh. I also want to get shadow tokens off. So this is going to be interesting how this plays out. Okay. Nora's going to go 1. Gift Celine with sword and shield. It's +1 to defense and might, which is pretty good. She has 1 more action. And that's a wild space, so she's probably best suited to attack the knight there, so she's going to move there. Wilds is her thing. So that's 3. Celine's turn. Celine is going to go by Call the Storm. So she's going to go 1, 2, get on a realm space, pay 3, Call the Storm. Action, a foe on the same space loses health equal to a die roll, which is really good. And it's a spell. And then I'm gonna, I'm not gonna get both these distracts, so I'm gonna discard 1. Then we got Flank, reduce target foes defense by 2 for all other champions this combat round. And then we got Hollowed Blade, +2 strength, and reduce defense by 1 when attacking foes aligned to R1. That's nice. Unless it's talking about my heroes. Reduce. It probably is. Reduce defense by 1 when attacking foes aligned to R1. I really don't know if that's talking about my heroes or if that's talking about foes aligned to R1. That could be really good. I might look that up. Okay. So she got that, so that's her turn. Now it's Hadrian's turn. Hadrian, I probably want him to attack the Wraith or the Undead Horde. Okay, so what I'm going to do... Let's see, Hadrian has 4 coins. That's quite a bit. Does he want to buy something, actually? Combat feat. He doesn't have any combat feats right now. Something he could do. Okay, maybe not. 1, 2, 3. Never mind. Okay. Reduce defense by 1 when attacking foes aligned to R1. I think that's talking about us, my heroes, because these things down here seem to apply to heroes. You know what? I don't think it is. And you know why? Is because the red is only on the enemies. So this could be, Hollowed Blade could be really good. And it's weapon, and he doesn't have any weapons. So the reason I think that is because I think it's talking about the enemy reduce defense by 1 when attacking foes aligned to R1, is because it's the same color, it's red, and it's the same color as an enemy. Whereas them, they got blue, and it doesn't show defense like my heroes have color blue, and something like this has a red symbol, but it's talking about reduce attack by 1 when defending. It means it's talking about the enemy's attack. So that could be really good. So I'm actually gonna buy that for 3. Hollowed Blade for Hadrian. And then Claymore +2 strength, that's really good. I'm gonna distract and flank, reduce a target foe's attack by 2 for all their champions this combat round, and reduce target foe's defense by 2 for all their champions this combat round. Combat feat. You know, I'm gonna get rid of distract. Pull 2 more out. We got heal. And we got mail armor. That's pretty decent. Reduced by 2 when defending. This seems to be going really well. Okay, so he bought one thing, so that's one action. Then he's going 2, 3. And he'll attack the Wraith. Anton's turn. I would like to get the Mal armor for him. I would also like to... So actually, what I'm going to do with him is just action discard an affliction that is attached to any champion on the same space. He's going to discard his own. And then so that's one action. And then he could heal himself up all the way. Does he want to do that? Yes. So any champion on the same space regains all health during the rest action. So he's going to rest and heal up to back to max 7. And then he has one more action. And hey guys, so I missed something. That is, I was thinking Nora could go from here to there, but she cannot. So, with her other move action, she's just gonna go here. Because there's no line connecting to there, and I'm pretty sure I moved it from here to here, so I can't do that. So she'll be there. And then Anton has one more thing he can do, which I probably just should have. Oh, you know, never mind. I think I want to move him, so he's closer to. He's gonna move here as well. All right. So combat phase. Too bad she can't attack the Fallen Knight there. So only combat that happens is between Hadrian and the Wraith. Now, with Hadrian's armor and Hollowed Blade, he has +3 defense. And he has +2 might. So Hadrian is pretty beast now. He's pretty strong. So we're going to that. The combat, that's the only combat that happens right now in the combat phase. And he's going to roll 1 dice. So against the Wraith, he has 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, 10. The Wraith has 6 defense, so it takes 4 damage and has 1 health left. But I'm going to use his lucky coin and re-roll this dice and hoping that I can take it out. You know what? I'm sorry, I'm not, because I don't want it to be any less than, I don't want it to come out to any less than 3. So Wraith has 1, it's going to try and attack with 8. Has 1 health left. His agility is 2, 3, 4. But then he has his armor 5, 6, 7. So it does 1 damage to him, which isn't too bad. He attacks 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which takes the Wraith out. He gets a coin for it, but it tries to attack him and does no damage. Because his agility is 6, 7, 8, plus he has 3 defense. Alright. So good job there, Hadrian. Alright, so this is what happens. Scenario. So the scenario comes now. Nora is on hollows. Anton is on hollows. And, sorry. Sorry for the background noise too if you're hearing that. Someone's playing with the keyboard out. Alright, so hollows, we got burial rites. So this is Nora. You are walking through a network of interconnecting corridors. As you make your way through the catacombs, you pass hundreds of caskets that are piled into numerous alcoves. Faded inscriptions can be seen along the walls. Test insight against a score of 6. She can roll 1 dice. Nice. She gets 6 just from that. Success. You are able to decipher the inscriptions and find a section of the catacombs where some valuables are stored. Gain 1 coin. You want to see her face, probably. Alright. Good job, Nora. This game seems to be going really well, honestly. A lot better than last game, a lot better. So we got Celine, and she is on Realm. You've reached a nearby farmer's village in time for the Harvest Moon Festival. Bright orange lanterns decorate the main square, and the scent of delicious meals fills the night air. A bright full moon looms in the star-filled sky, bathing your surroundings in a warm glow. You enjoy the festivities and begin to relax when a sudden shriek catches your attention. You turn and witness several hulking, tusk-faced beasts ravaging some hapless farmers. A squad of guards rush in, but are no match for the powerful beastmen. One of the werfolk spots you and grunts to the others in a guttural language. With a roar, they all charge you. Place werebores on this space and enter combat. So werebores is not in R1's deck. Thankfully it's just on the bottom of that one. I can take it right out. And she goes into combat with werebores, and thankfully she has a plus strength and plus defense now. I might end up retreating with her though. We'll see. It has an attack of 9, health of 5, and defense of 7. And she can only use 1 dice. Because her special ability is her seer ability is for all tests within a quest, roll an extra die and choose the highest result. But this is a scenario, as far as I know. It's not the quest. It's not these quests, and I think that's only what her ability applies to. You know, I just realized too that I didn't use her ability, but that's okay. I think we'll see what comes out though when the event happens. Alright, so she attacks 1, so she's going to use a willpower and reroll. You can do that once per combat. She gets 4, 5, 6, 7. So she's able to do 7. But the werebores have a defense of 7. So honestly guys, I think I might retreat with her. Werebores attack. Her agility is 3, plus 3, 6, and then defending 7. They do 2 damage to her, which is pretty big. So what she's going to do is lose a willpower and take 1 damage. So she makes that a 4. So she takes 1 damage. And then she is going to retreat. And where was she before? Here? She goes back to the spot that she was. And I think that was probably actually here. I'll try and check that later, guys. So, Hadrian is on a wild. Dark clouds stretch out along the horizon and a fierce wind whips through the trees. You seek shelter, but can only find a copse, I'm not sure, of trees to provide cover. Heavy rain and hail begin to fall, and you witness a whirlwind form in the distance. It quickly gains strength and proceeds to rip up shrubs and trees. Time passes as the fury of the storm continues throughout the night. A flash of lightning and movement catches your attention. You see an uprooted tree flying right at you. Test agility against a score of 7. Okay, buddy. Your agility is only 2, but let's see what you got. 5, 6, 7. Success. You roll out of the way right before the tree crashes down. Waiting out the rest of the storm, you awake the next day drenched and cold but unharmed. Good job, Hadrian. Anton is Hollows. An expedition camp lies before you, and several people warily observe your approach. Upon identifying yourself, their leader welcomes you to his campfire and offers you a warm meal. You exchange news from the surface and recount recent adventures. The grizzled expedition leader smiles at you with a glint in his eye and brings out an ornate chest from his tent. He reveals that his expedition discovered a powerful relic. You feel that the object within could be the key to defeating the villain. Choose to persuade him to give you the relic, or try to take it by force. I'm going to try and choose to persuade. His persuasion is 4. Test persuasion against a score of 7. And he's on Hollows, so he can roll 2 dice. So 3 and 4 is 7. He just gets it. The expedition leader takes one last lingering look at the relic and hands it over. Randomly gain a relic from the hand or resource deck. Randomly. Okay, so good job, Anton. Randomly, so I'm not sure exactly how best to do it randomly, but I think maybe I'm just going to take the first relic that I see, and that's relic armor. Dude, that's epic. Reduce attack by 3 when defending. So it is a relic. So he has 2 relics, and I'm not sure what the I want to check to see if they can both be in play. I'll also try and check to see if she retreats to here. If that's the last spot she was on before here. Alright, give me a minute, guys. Okay, guys, I'm back and I was able to check. So, relics count as... So you can't stack the same type of items for, like, the benefits. But relics count as a certain item, so this is relic armor and that's relic item. So they count for their own thing. Sorry, so I think how you would maybe say it is you can't stack the same type of resource. But that's an item, that's armor. So even though they're relics, both relics, they can both be used, which is awesome. And then this is where she retreated because she had gone 1-2 to buy the Call of Storm for Celine. Alright, so Wereboars is still out. And then, Anton just went with the scenario, so now we got an event, and I'm hoping it's not really bad. So this is All Hope is Lost. Each champion loses 1 willpower or 2 willpower if they have an attached affliction. Wow, that is pretty bad. So Anton, as far as I know, nothing happens to Anton. He already doesn't have willpower. So Hadrian does have an attached affliction. He goes down 2, and then they go down 1. But they actually gain max willpower at the beginning of Act 2, so that's actually not too bad. If not, maybe bad at all. Alright, so what happens is, I still haven't rolled to see if Hadrian loses his madness affliction. It's a 6, so he does, which is good. And then, at the end of each turn, move all foes 1 space towards the nearest capital. So he's going to move here. He's going to move here. And since he moved there, they all lose another willpower, sadly. But then they're going to gain it back, actually. Just in a bit here. So it's fine. Because Act 2. And then... place new shadow tokens on the map equal to half the number of champions in a random foe. We're taking this one and this one. It's 1 and 6. I'm sorry. So on number 1, we're getting Death Cultists. And the next one, we're getting Black Magi. And then, let's see. Okay. Alright guys, so it's going on to Act 2. So this is what happens. Arawn gets flipped over. He has a defense of 9, attack of 12, health of 10. Beginning Act 2. Place Arawn on a random hollow space with undead hordes, equal to half the number of champions. Remove all quest and shadow tokens. So he's going on number 4 hollows, which is right here. And then he is getting with undead hordes equal to half the number, so he's getting 2 undead hordes, because that's half the number of champions. And then remove all shadow and quest tokens. I think that might be it. And then during Act 2, Arawn can only be attacked by champions with a quest token. The only one without a quest token is Hadrian. In combat against Arawn, each champion will lose 2 health at the end of every round. A quest token can be spent to negate this loss for all champions in this combat. At the end of each turn, move Arawn 1 space towards the nearest capital and all foes 2 spaces towards Arawn. If Arawn is on a capital space, the players lose the game. Okay, so I think maybe one of the worst things for me, this game has been going really well. I think maybe one of the worst things for me that happened is he was placed on this, which is really close to a capital. So he's going to be moving towards the nearest capital, which is only 2 spaces away. So I got, I think maybe 2 turns to try and defeat him. Thankfully, most of my heroes are 1 space away. And it looks like, luckily, how it happened, the 3 that can attack him. So this actually might work out super well. Now, I do want to say, I think Hadrian can attack him as well if they do the gift action with Hadrian and give him one of these tokens. But a couple of them I can use if Selene and Anton are in the fight, and if they both have 2 tokens, they can negate the 2 damage that Arawn tries to do with his action. So, Act 2, everyone returns to full willpower. So Anton is at 6, Nora at 7, Selene at 8, and Hadrian, he is at 4. I forget if I ever give him 5. I might have done that accidentally. Maybe not. I'm not sure. But you're only supposed to get the max. You're not supposed to go above the max. Alright, so this is so what happens is it looks like I got like 2 or so turns before Arawn would win. But also something that I want to point out for you guys that play the game or want to know is that the scenario and event phase don't happen anymore. Just the action. So for every turn, there's 2 acts. I just finished the first act. It's the second act. For every act, there's 5 turns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in every in Act 1, there is 4 phases: the action, combat, scenario, and event. In Act 2, there's potentially 5 turns. There wouldn't be for this because I gotta take him out before he reaches the capital. But in Act 2, there's only 2 phases, only the action and combat. So you're like solely focused on like attacking and taking out the boss now. Alright, so here we go, guys. Act 2. Nora's turn first. And she is going to, I think I'm going to have all 3 of them just go and attack Arawn, because that's what I'm focused on right now. I got to defeat him to win. So she's just going to go 1, and then she has a quest token, so, ambush a foe on the same space. She's going to do that probably with her special action, because she could attack Arawn without him attacking back. His defense is 9 though, which is quite a bit. Let's see what else she could do. So she has 2 actions. Let's see. She could get up to full health. She's never mind. She's at full health right now. She's at full health and full willpower, which is good. And she has a quest token. She can ambush Arawn, which she's gonna try doing. And she's not on a wild, so she rolls 1 die. It's a 2, so her might is 3, 4, 5, 6. And his defense is 9, so she didn't hit him. I think that's okay. And then, let's see here. Okay, so with her 3rd action, she is, let's see, sorry guys, I know there's some background noise going on out there. I don't know if you heard that, but I apologize for that. She has 1 more action left. Gift, invoke, spell, acquire, rest, travel. I don't know of anything else that she can do that would be helpful. So that's the end of her turn. So it's Celine's turn, and thankfully she has Call the Storm. So an action she can do is a foe on the same space loses health equal to the die roll. And guys, that's why I wanted to Call the Storm for Celine, because she can use that against Arawn. So she's going to go 1, and then use one of her actions. Action, foe in the same space loses health equal to a die roll. So Arawn has 10 health. Boom. He loses 6 just like that because of Celine's Call the Storm ability. This is looking very good, guys. And then she's going to use that action again, Call the Storm. And she gets a 1. So he has 3 health left. That was huge. So that's her actions. And then goes to Hadrian. Hadrian wants to come over and help, but I don't know if he can get there right now. He can go 1, 2, 3. He can try and get close. And then it's Anton's turn, and he's gonna go 1 into the battle with everyone, and, well, most his friends. And thankfully he's on hollows, so he can roll 2 dice in combat. And then he is going to... He's going to... you can wait on that. He's at max willpower and health. So that's good. So actually, I don't know of anything else he can do that would be beneficial either. He could... No, he doesn't have Spirit Touched. And he's on a hollow space anyways. Alright, so that's it, guys. It goes to action... I'm sorry, the combat round. So, They have 2 undead hordes, and they have Arawn. So I'm gonna spread them out a bit. They're all on Hollow Space 4, but I'm spreading them out so you can maybe see them better. I don't know how well you can see them. So do I want them all to attack Arawn? Anton is going to use his Onslaught. So he gets +2 might. So he's at 5 might. And then he can roll 2 dice, and he's going for R1. So 5, 6, sorry. So 5 plus, what was it, 5 might, 3 plus 5. He's going to use a willpower, make it 6. So that's 11. And it had R1 has a defense of 9, so he takes 2 damage. And then we are going to go with, let's see. We'll go with Celine. She's going to attack. She gets a 3. 3, 4, plus 2. So 3 plus 3 is 6. And she is going to... even if she got this up to a 6, actually, that would still only be 9. So she can't break his defense. So she does not hit him. I'm sorry, I only rolled 1, right? Or anyway, either way, she doesn't hit him. So Nora's going, and she's attacking R1 as well. And she is going to... She can only roll 1. She has 4 plus 4, which is 8. And then she's going to get this up to a 6 by using 2 willpower. 10. And R1 has a defense of 9, so that's his last health, guys. Boom, he's taken out. And I'm going to use a token to negate his ability. Each champion will lose 2 health at the end of every round. A quest token can be spent to negate this loss for all champions this combat. And he's going to go for... I guess he's going to go for Nora. I think maybe I can choose. Nora gets 3, agility 4, 5 with the 1 defending, 5, 6, 7, 8. So she would take 4 damage because his attack is 12. But she's gonna just take 2 and put this up to a 5. Go down 2 in willpower. Take 2 damage. And then the undead hordes, let's see. They attack with 8. I'm gonna have them probably both go for Nora as well. So with that, for agility 4, 1 doesn't hit her. The other one, ooh, that's just a 1. But the other one hits her with, let's see, 3, 4, 5. Hits her with 3. She'll take it. 1, 2, 3. She has 1 health. And that's it, guys. I took R1 out. And I think that's it. As far as I know, I don't need to I don't need to take out the other enemies because I took out Arawn. So this time we are able to go to story ending victory. And let me just check quick to see if I gotta try and deal with other enemies or not. So yeah, guys, beat the game. Maybe one or two mistakes in there, but that can happen sometimes. Still probably wouldn't have affected the outcome. But yeah, story ending victory. And that's really cool too, actually, because this is only my second time playing this, and my first time I got beat. It was pretty close, but this time went so much better. Story ending victory. Justice. A mass of shambling corpses pour out from the hollows like a dark tide. Ghostly wraiths drift among the undead, guiding them on a set path. One wraith among them stands out from the rest. A crown rests upon his ethereal skull, and he wordlessly commands the others, directing them toward the nearest capital. You rally your allies and intercept the undead horde before it can reach the city gates. Carving a path to Arawn, you enter a field of death surrounding the Wraith King. An icy coldness grips your heart as you feel your life slowly being siphoned away. Wielding eldritch runes, you launch a deadly attack and catch the Wraith King off guard. He gasps in surprise as you land several punishing blows. You press the advantage, and with a final strike, Arawn crumbles to the ground. Crumples to the ground. He utters a bitter curse at you before going lifelessly still. The wraith host begins to melt away like mist under the morning light. As they disperse, the horde of corpses falter and then collapse like puppets with their strings cut. The field of battle falls eerily quiet, save for the panting breaths of the living. The Wraith King is bound in enchanted chains. You return him to his tomb deep within the hollows, where the rest of the runes powering his curse are restored. Arawn is dragged screaming to his sarcophagus. When it is shielded shut, you can hear him laughing or weeping maniacally from within. Signs of warning are engraved across his tomb, and the entire cave entrance is collapsed. He will spend the rest of eternity suffering alone in his prison. Okay, so we beat him, and humanity is saved. That's what he was going to try and destroy. So yeah, hope you enjoyed a playthrough with the Quest Arawn of Dreams and Shadows. And yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.